Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I know I've been away for a very long time and I'm so sorry, but I am back with this very polished and natural special occasion makeup. I think it's perfect for prom, especially if you don't know what dress you're going to wear yet, because it's the kind of look that pretty much matches everything. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with a primer. For my dry and dull skin, I am using a brightening primer, but if you have oily skin, use a mattifying one because you want your makeup to stay on all night. So the base in this look is very glow focused. That's why I'm using an additional highlighter all over my face, and the one I'm using has very little shimmer so that it doesn't make me look like a disco ball, but if you're oily you can go ahead and skip this step. And for foundation, I'm just using my favorite. I'm going to be dotting it all over my face and blending it in with my beauty blender. But I did use less than half a pump because I want my skin to look as natural as possible. And for special occasions, especially during photography, I try to make sure that I blend it all the way down my neck so that it's seamless. Now with the concealer, I'm going to be doing some very subtle highlighting. I'm going to put it over my usual area, so my dark circles and anywhere else that I think needs to be lifted. And as I blend my under eye concealer, I'm also going to blend downwards towards my cheekbones so that it gives me the lifted highlighted effect without being over dramatic. I'm also adding that to my forehead and chin. Okay, so you would think that was enough highlight, but I'm going to be adding more, and this one is a bit more distinctive as a highlight, so I'm just going to keep this product contained to the tips of my cheekbones, and I'm using my beauty blenders to blend out the edges to make it look seamless and natural but still give me that amazing glow. I'm also going to be playing up the second skin theme here, and I'm using a cream contour so it looks very natural, and I'm going to be blending it underneath my cheekbones, on the sides of my temples, and a little bit over my nose to give me back some warmth. To further define my face, I'm going to be contouring my nose. I do find that sometimes flash photography can really wash out my face, so contouring my nose not only brings back my features, but it also gives me an illusion of a slimmer nose. I just run the product down the sides of my nose and blend with my finger. As for blusher, I'm going to be sticking to the cream textures. I'm using a pinky nude blush, and I'm going to be putting that on the areas of my cheeks where blush would naturally occur on me. And to find that, I just look at my cheeks after I exercise and try to mimic that as I'm putting on my blush. So it's the same thing for spot concealing. I'm just going to cover my hyperpigmentation and dark spots and acne scars with a very high coverage concealer. For this look, my powder of choice is the Hourglass Ambient powder because it gives me a radiant look while taking away any greasiness that may seep through during the night. And I pretty much just slap that all over my face. Moving on to eyes, who would I be if I didn't use my Urban Decay Primer Potion? I'm also going to be using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot to get rid of any veininess and redness on my eyelid. For this look, I'm going to be using two eyeshadow palettes. The first is the LORAC Pro palette, and I'm using the cream color all over my lid as a powder veil so my shadows would blend easier. First, I'm going to be using this mauve color into my socket line. I'm going to be blending that back and forth very ambiguously. It doesn't matter exactly where the placement is. And then I'm going to go in with Taupe, which is a little deeper, and concentrate that really into the crease and also blending it down onto my lid. This will give my eyes way more definition since it pretty much has none. Now with the Unzipped palette by LORAC, I'm taking the pale gold color and I'm going to be sweeping this all over my eyelid. I think this color is so pretty and so feminine, and it suits all skin tones. Now with Uncensored, which is a deep bronzy brown, I'm going to be focusing it on the outer V of my eye and blending it into the outer third. And then I'm going to take a tapered brush and just blend out the edges so that it's super seamless, very diffused, and very soft. Now with a pencil brush, I'm going to be running that color along my lower lash line just to balance out the look so that it's not too top heavy. Here I'm taking Undercover, and I'm going to be putting that in my inner corners, moving into the inner thirds and also on my brow bone. And I find that this color is not exactly pearl or satin, but it brings light into the eyes in a really subtly beautiful way. And I know the next shade I didn't record, but there it is. It's Espresso from the LORAC Pro palette. And I'm going to be using this as a smoky liner on my upper lash line and also a little bit on the outer third of my lower lash line. And I'm going to make sure that the edges are very blended so that there is no harsh line. So this is what the eyes look like so far. I am going to be lining my eyes with a pencil liner in Plum, but to keep it natural, I'm going to make sure that it's ever so slightly thicker on the outer edges, but still very close and tight to the lash line, and never go past the middle of my pupil. Now to keep my eyes looking bright and awake, I'm going to be using a nude liner on my waterline as per usual, and then I'm going to finish off with my favorite mascara. Now to finish off the eyes and give it a little bit of a glam factor, I'm going to be putting on my favorite falsies. And there you have it. That's pretty much the eye look done. I'm going to start on my brows, and I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz because it gives me the best chance to really emulate brow hairs and get it as natural as possible. Okay, so I have to exfoliate my lips. They are always desperately, miserably dry and chapped, and I find that stick exfoliators are the most convenient for my situation. Next, I'm going to be using a lip liner so that my next product doesn't feather throughout the night. And finally, I'm going to finish off with the LA Girl Lip Paint in Elude, and I have been freaking obsessed with this lip color. And I'm just going to take my finger and pat it in, especially around the edges, to keep it a little bit more natural. And that's pretty much it. You're done. Now all you have to do is put on your special occasion dress, go out, take a ton of selfies, post them all over your social media networks, let everyone know how pretty you are. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!